Hello everyone, this is the first video post COVID, and although I've got most of my voice back, I'm still finding getting out of breath and really, don't let anybody tell you COVID's just like having a bad cold or mild flu. It's not. Anyway, let's go on with the video, and this is a timey-wimey one, so we'll take you back in time. Hello everybody, it's the 28th of July, and this Japanese larch has just had, it's just had a summer of being pinched, and every now and again it throws me out a new shoot, like so, and this one is entirely growing in the wrong direction, so I'm getting rid of that complete. But I'm just pinching out the fresh new growths as they pop out and keeping it compact and bushy. Don't want it to get too leggy. I don't want to lose the structure that I've got. Just checking in on the graft. Let's have a look at that. There is a playlist for this tree, and it is linked in the end screen and in the description below, and you can go back and see earlier stages of its growth, including the point when I tried to graft in a branch at this point, and I've simply taken a side branch from this branch and bent it round, and it's just as an approach graft into a cut into the trunk here, and wired and grafted tape into place. The wire itself is actually more about getting some movement and structure into this branch, which it has pretty much done, so I'm going to remove that because I don't want the wire to cut in. Go, and obviously this being a low branch, it needs to flatten up, hence I'm just allowing it to grow again this year. I'm going to pinch these side pieces in the hope that they will branch and branch again, but I'm leaving this end piece so that it can elongate and fatten this piece. There we go. This obviously is going to be a timey-wimey video, so I'll stick the tree back on the bench and we'll pop in and see it from time to time. So it's the 6th of September, and this little larch doesn't seem to have coped with the summer heat wave that we just had very well. It's okay, but it's had a couple of trims since last we looked at it, but the needles are looking a bit scorched and a bit sparse. I realise the sun's probably bleaching that out a little bit. The branch that I'm trying to graft into place I thought was taking, but on closer inspection, I don't know whether the heat of the sun has caused it to shrink. It's no longer firmly attached. I can wobble it about at the joint, so obviously I'm just going to leave that alone. I've got it wired up so it will become the dominant branch and thicken and grow, and hopefully maybe it'll take before winter hits. If not, well, it'll just stay as it is, and hopefully there's no next year. I guess not everything's going to be a success, and there's no point, as they say, in crying over spilt milk. So that's really all there is for this one. It's not much of a video. As I say, I'm still kind of recovering from COVID, and the tree is beginning to develop. It's autumn yellows now, and will soon be shutting down. I'm absolutely convinced now that this graft has not taken, so it's just as well I didn't cut this branch off. I will be attempting to redo it in the spring, rewound and retape it in, and hopefully with the branch wired upwards, acting as the apex and being apically dominant, it will grow away quicker in the spring, next spring, and graft itself into position. We shall see. As always, the can for scale, and little friend the snail, just for a bit of poetry for you all. Quick close up, as I say, on the needles, they're beginning to turn. It's at that strange sort of stage where it's still part green and part yellow, and it looks a little bit sickly, but another week or so and it'll be gloriously yellow, I'm sure, and not long after that all the needles will be on the floor. Just to illustrate the strange ways of microclimates, even within a relatively small garden like mine, this larch, which is the same species, is much further along in the autumnal process, shall we call it. It's definitely showing a lot more of that gorgeous buttery yellow that they turn, which is part of their great charm. Thank you all for watching. Do all the usual YouTube things, the liking, the subscribing, the commenting. Let me know what you think down below. Is it worth trying to regraft that branch next year? But most of all, please look after yourselves. Stay safe, everybody.